What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of Ken and Ross present the Yeah I Said It podcast. We're expressing with our full capabilities to their might wonders in correctional facilities, brainchild of my child. I am the dad half of this operation. Ross Cooper back from a long trip that we will talk about. As always, I am rocking with the best. My co-host, please introduce yourself to the folk.
Yeah, what's good, everybody? Everybody's having a good day, month, year, hour, second. It's been a while. I kind of forgot where I was. Yeah, do that. Share with your, oh, yeah, okay, I got you. Share with your friends, family, your pets, the bug on your wall, the aliens outside, whatever. And if you're watching on the tube, please like, share. I just said, you know what? Like, comment, do all that stuff that you know you're supposed to do and haven't done, but you need to. And if you don't, Trump gonna win again. I don't know if I said that already. I don't know. Did I say that? That might be a
I
good thing
don't,
to
I
some of
don't.
you mother. So never mind. I don't know. Whoever president you don't
Oh
want to win is gonna
boy.
win. There you go. Nah, the Florida mother gonna win. That's who gonna win. Yeah, everybody lose then. Yeah.
I don't listen, yeah, I don't know what's worse.
Yes, I did.
Um the fact that he might run or the fact that I think of present day a lot of the polls on preliminary polls I'm seeing are still showing Trump to be the Republican front runner. I honestly don't know which one is worse.
Gonna win.
Like,
I'd rather have Trump. I'm sorry.
how are you gonna elect the level of delusion? It's either delusion or just don't care. That
Both.
your man's just got civilly, not criminally, civilly,
Right. There's no
of
problem.
sexual assault.
Well,
Dog.
that's just
So
money. I
what you
ain't that ain't
saying
real.
is,
That's not real. That's money. That's a money grab. It's not real.
what you saying is, y'all cool with a dude convicted of sexual assault around the country.
It's the same
Either
thing.
you,
They said grab him by the yeah. We still elected him
but it
twice.
wasn't no charges connected to that. Well, no, you could just write that off as he was just talking some shit. He just talking some shit. You can't say he just talking shit no more. Your boy
It's a
is
civil case.
convicted.
It's a civil case. That's money grab. I ain't criminal, so it's that's not real. That's patty cake, man.
Fam,
That's
fam,
patty
that
cake.
that's
Nothing happened, man. Not my hero.
white America is wild. That's all I got, yo. White America is wild. White
Nah,
America is almost as wild as orcas. That's all I got, yo.
ain't nothing more wild than others. Actually, no, that's a lie. White America's definitely worse.
I don't know,
I
because you
take that
kind of
back.
nah. Here's, if anything else, you kind of expect the weird shit from white America. You don't expect orcas to be out here
Yes, we do.
straight straight black Air Force One menace energy, yo. That's
Yes, we do.
fam. I sent you the clip. They said they're out here smacking around sinking ships and teaching other orcas how to do it.
That's
Like,
wrong.
dog,
Yo, that is
dog.
wrong. Yo,
Yo.
nah, bro. That's for
Yo,
all the homies that's in SeaWorld right now, nigga. We slide on all of them right now. If I see this
yo,
shit on my
fam,
territory, you getting got.
fam. Yeah, that's just wild. Like, yeah, check this out. Check this out. Watch this. You gotta do the usher with it. All right, and we got my apologies. I got a cat and a dog fighting in the background, which is hilarious. But I'll be the laugh when you got 10 pounds of cat and 4 pounds of dog.
It's kind of like how the big versions of them would go, Because dogs
And
might be
nobody
bigger
he's
now, but in the wild, ain't no wolf messing with no lion or tiger.
and he's just playing. But the thing is, I think he's playing because he's just sitting here just whacking him.
Yeah, cat fight is the.
Oh, he
Yo,
ain't giving. No, he ain't going full blown skippity paps. He ain't giving them the 10 piece combo. He hitting them with those. But it's just fucking with him a little bit right now. And I'm like, dude, chill. That's unfair. You got an unfair advantage. One, you got faster reflexes than a snake. Two, you got murder mitts for defenses if it really comes down to. But
I miss cats, man.
But yeah, real quick, but back to the orcas. Like, yeah, that's just I had no idea orcas was this grimy. Like,
Free Willy lied to you. It's okay.
they really did. It's Michael Jackson's fault. It's all Michael Jackson's fault because he did the song Free Willy, Hold Me Like the River Jordan, like yeah, all that good stuff, and it was all warm and feely. Okay, so real quick, to fill in those who have no idea what we're talking about, somehow I stumbled upon this video that ran down the ways orcas are really the grimiest bullies in the sea. And I'm like, no, the apex predator of the ocean is still a great white shark.
No,
Not quite.
it's not even not quite. No, it's not.
Well, here's the thing, depends on how you look at it. Apex predator in the sense of sharks, they have teeth designed for serrating and tearing it apart, right? That's like ouch, but at least it's over. Orcas don't do that. They don't actually use their teeth. They smack their prey around, pretty much hit them unconscious, and then eat them. Like, yo, that's foul, dog. You could just bite them and call it a day, but no, no, no. And then there's reports that I think out in Europe, orcas are sinking ships and teaching other orcas how to do it. Like, come on,
You
fam.
hear me? Bring me back as an orca when I die. I want all
Like,
the smoke too.
there's nothing you're gonna be able to do about it. It's an orca. Like, even great whites have to bow down. Like, nah, we good, we cool, we cool here, dog. You got it.
Nah,
It's
bro.
a it's listen, it's a lot of ocean. I'm gonna just swim like to the other sea, and we good.
Now
Uh,
that part I didn't know. Talking about if they even catch wind of an orca, they just won't come back ever. Like just like, all right, I'm gonna head out. You got it. Like what? I
right,
wish I
bro.
would be in a great white shark. Be like, hey, all right.
Right, I'm a great white. What you thought?
Man, get
But
flipped over. Get teared up.
but great whites can't talk too much shit because even dolphins be like, "You a great white, so." Like,
They're strength in numbers, but like, well, I mean,
you out there getting sunned by dolphins. All
I mean,
right, get back to people though.
yeah.
Back to people.
Animals is fun. We should have an animal show one time. That's more fun than this shit. Good.
No, we kind of did. We did talk about like, yo, if it was just you and a Rambo knife in a cage, what animal you think you
Oh
could
yeah,
take?
that
Yeah,
foolishness. Yeah, I remember.
I'm telling you, a chimp is getting the business. I'm taking it, taking the chimp
Did
out,
you
man.
watch Nope? Did you watch Nope?
Nope. I didn't finish it. I watched. I'm about. I got 30 minutes left. I didn't
So
finish it.
did you see this? I don't know if it happened in the beginning or the end, but the scene with
Oh,
the
oh
chick.
yeah,
So you
yeah.
think you got something for that? Hell nah. That chick won't.
No. See,
No.
yeah, I forgot about that part.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was a chimp. Did all that.
okay, but they didn't have a Rambo knife. The Chimp just went ape shit. Ah, see what I did there? Chimp just went ape shit, and they had no defense.
A chimp
It's
is smart enough
me.
to take it to disarm you.
It's me and the Rambo knife in the cage, dog. You ain't got nowhere to go. You ain't got nowhere to run.
It's going to
You getting
disarm
got.
you.
No, it's not. It's getting poked. It's shanked. It's getting
Yeah.
shanked. That's what's gonna happen. It's getting shanked. I didn't say a silverback. No, silverback. We good. We. It's a wrap. Quick. It's a wrap. Quickly.
You're losing to every big animal on the planet, which is an animal. I'm sorry, you are.
Chimp is getting that work.
No,
Chimp
it's
is
not.
getting that work. A cheetah is getting that work.
You know,
What's the other
cheetahs
brothers?
have the longest claws out of all the big cats. So if you
You know
get
I got
got
a
by that, it's over.
I got a Rambo knife and cheetahs get sunned by lions.
You're not lying.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I
Cheetahs
mean,
don't
lions
even
get sunned by
cheetahs
tigers. I mean, but
cheetahs
we're
don't even
not
roar,
that,
my guy. Cheetahs don't
huh?
even roar. Cheetahs don't even roar.
I
They
don't need a
meow.
roar.
Cheetahs don't
I'm a
even roar.
Freddy
They
Krueger
meow.
your ass. What you mean? And his claws about as long as Freddy Krueger. So yeah, that's what's going to happen to you. You know what? Go. We see we're going out of time. Go ahead.
Right. People. Particularly this person. So, to the fans, we are back. I was on vacation. Went to Italy for a week and a half, and it was supposed to be a 10-day trip. Ended up being an 11-day trip because I got stuck in Madrid. But that's a whole other matter. Um, Italy was cool. Did three cities: did Rome, did Florence, did Venice. Rome was busy. Just certain things you notice. Italy is the three P's. It's pizza, pasta, pastries. And after about 4 or 5 days, it's like, can I please get a burger? I don't know if they don't have cows in Italy or not many of them, but the burgers were, and it's almost like they take personal offense if you ask for anything. Like I did find a couple places that sold steak. They immediately default. So, did you want this in medium? No, man. Medium well or well. What are you talking about?
No,
What
no, not well.
medium?
Medium well, we can live with it.
Nah, B. I don't eat the pink. Like, nah, we good. It's chewy. Like, ugh. Chewy, chewy. Like, who wants a chewy steak? Like, what is this? Who wants a
Eat a
chewy steak?
burger. Eat a burger. That's not eat. Eat. Grow up.
As someone who makes steak, my own kind of
Me
well
too.
done steak.
Make my own steak.
No, I don't. I don't want chewy steak. I know y'all weird because people eat
So I
like
said
rare.
medium well. It's the perfect
Yeah,
balance.
yeah, chewy. Yeah, I eating chewy
You
steak. I
just
just
said medium well, well. You just said that.
I medium well because in a medium well in America, but no, anywhere else you got to ask for well because their medium well is closer to medium. But
That's
Italy's
not medium
interesting.
well.
I don't know if it's just Italy or Europe in general. They love cigarettes. Just observations. They love cigarettes. We ate outside and like the table next to us was smoking. And they went through like three full cigarettes. I'm like, okay, I'm dying right now. And I noticed in Rome and Florence, everyone's small. Like you can start to see where Eurocentric beauty standards come from. Because in the last 7 months, I've been to Greece, I've been to Rome. Those two things, if you understand world history, how they go hand in hand, you can see where, like, oh, okay, when everything around you is a size 4, and you decide to conquer, I don't know, the planet, then you get to set the tone for what's what. And yeah, um, everybody's small. Like all of the women are like really, really skinny for the most part. And I'm not saying that as a knock. I'm just saying as an observation. Like, wow, it was stark. Like no plus size, nothing. So if you take that and you extrapolate it across the planet, I see where giving women complexes about the audacity to be a size 10 would come from. Um, one of the things we talked about off air, did want to touch on too, American exceptionalism is a joke. And you have to, I got to quote Trevor Noah, travel is the antidote to ignorance. And you don't understand that until you actually travel. I would say start small because you'd be amazed. Well, you wouldn't, but it's amazing how many people don't leave their bubble. Like, this isn't a knock, but when I moved to Baltimore, I was asking for directions and somebody was like, "Oh, I don't go over there." I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, that's over east. I'm from the west side. I'm like, fam, Baltimore ain't big enough of a city to just sit in one area of. There's folks in Baltimore ain't been to DC.
Now, that's
And
blasphemous. Well,
what do
yeah,
you say?
that's blasphemous. But yeah.
I mean, like it's like for scale, and I know it's not a New York bias. It's just factual. If you never left Brooklyn, you still are amongst 3 million, 2.5, 3 million people. If you never left the other side of Baltimore, Baltimore is 600,000 people. That means 300,000 people is your bubble. That's it.
I mean, yeah, but Brooklyn is just every New York City is why I guess a lot of people hate it. You just on top, you just scrunched. It's a lot of people, but it's not designed for that.
I mean, but that is the beauty, and why I always say it's the world's greatest city. It's because you experience everything. And like I said, please don't misunderstand me. New York isn't the world's greatest city because everything there is great. New York is the world's greatest city because it's an experience unlike anything else on the planet. There are other cities that are as dense, if not maybe more dense. It's all one culture. There are cities that have more than people, but does it move as fast? Is the cost of living so? You see what I'm saying? So it's all the layers put together. But you're right.
That makes it
You're
horrible.
absolutely right. It's true what they say. I mean, it's not, I feel people despise it, but it's true what they say. You make it there, ain't too many places on the planet I can drop you off of that you won't become kind of all
The
right.
jungle, Antarctica, you die. We sorry.
Are we talking civilization, sir? Are we talking
Okay,
civilization?
farmland, you wouldn't survive. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you are from Brooklyn and I dropped you in Iowa, you be all right.
Tell you what. You be, where's the bodega? Where's the train? You have to walk everywhere. They don't even got their license. That's how you know they ain't want to buy. But go ahead, tell
Okay.
this lie, surviving. Get the fuck
Whatever,
out of here.
yo. Whatever, yo. Um, but you got to travel and you'll see different things. Like if you spend your whole life on the East Coast, you might want to go to the Midwest. You might want to go to Cali. And if you spent your entire life in this very interesting place called America, you definitely want to get the hell out of here. You can do small. If you go to Puerto Rico, it's different than the mainland. You go to the U.S. Virgin Islands, it's different than the
Go
mainland.
to Canada.
Well, see, now you're talking stuff that requires a passport.
Oh,
I'm not. I'm not. No, see, I'm just
I
saying
thought you
there
said
are
leave.
parts of America, yeah, but everybody ain't got a passport. Now, I will say this: if you are black, you need to make that one of your first priorities.
Oh yeah.
You do need to make that one of your first priorities. Things that are interesting. When I was gone, the shooting in Allen, Texas took place, and that's got some moving parts that are very, very weird. More, as we say, uncomfortable conversation. But they're saying the guy was radicalized, blah blah blah. He was Latino, and it's like, how are you? Anybody else asking the same question? How are you Latin but white? So are we
Marcus.
gonna? I'm just saying, are we gonna have real conversations about how some of our Latin brothers and sisters, if they can, will absolutely white identify? We gonna talk about that?
Yeah, black people would too. But yeah, if they was
What
like,
do you think?
say black people too, if they was white enough. But
Yeah, but you never are. But
if you're
so
biracial, you might.
why you gotta talk shit about logic, dog?
I didn't even say last. I forgot all about him. See, you just threw him straight. I wasn't even
Why
thinking about him.
why why that person about
I
logic,
mean,
dog?
yeah, that's the perfect example, boy. If he didn't just say every fucking song I'm biracial, then he could really pass as
Actually,
white, and we would never know.
actually not true. He released a tape. I think it was a couple months ago. He met up with his black dad, and they was sitting there kicking it. He said the N word, and kumbaya. So yeah, power to the people and logic. You're black after all.
Yeah.
Um, just stick to the bars, dog. Just stick to the bars. Just rap, dog. Like no, just rap.
I said that. That's how you know you ain't. He taking pride in that shit. But okay, no, I'm sorry.
It was just awkward as hell. But getting back to, but yeah, it was that happened when I was gone, and it's just I will tell you this about the place I was in Italy. There were not a lot of black folk there. Like I could literally count the amount of black people I saw in a day on two hands. But at no point did I ever feel like I was being looked at as a spectacle. At no point did I feel the weight of racism. And I don't speak Italian. Maybe somebody did say some off color shit and I just didn't catch it.
They did.
But sometimes I just don't. The only weird looks I got was from older Italians. And even with that, I can't tell you if that was because of a bit of a physique I have or because I was dark. But
Sorry, both.
you, well, I can tell you this. This is one of those things where certain people are not going to get it. Even certain black folk are not going to get it. You can kind of feel when someone's looking at you like the N word. And I know it sounds like I can't quantify it for you. Sadly, you will have to have lived in America and experienced American brand racism. But you can kind of feel when you in a situation and the shit feels racist. I didn't get that at all. If anything, I got the feel I got was I'm getting certain looks or getting a certain way because I'm American. But at no point did I feel like, okay, they're secretly saying the Italian version of the N word in their minds. And I also say this: I was in so many public places, just Coliseum, the Vatican, blah blah blah, here and there. At no point did I feel unsafe. At no point did I feel like someone was gonna pull out AR-15 assault style weapon, which has now been entered to the American lexicon. And I'm sitting there realizing how light I feel. Like I feel heavy as shit because all I'm doing is eating pasta and bread. But I feel lighter because I don't have the weight of American racism and American violence sitting on my back. And as I'm sitting there, you text me. I look at TV because CNN, ironically, is in English there. Mass shooting in Allen, Texas. And watching that from there, it's like, why would anybody want to come here? Like, we are violent. It is violence here. It is racist here. Um, it is confusing here because I can tell you this: other countries are not so hung up on this LGBTQIA plus trans thing. They're not, and I'm not saying it as a not. I'm just saying it as a matter of fact. They don't. It just seems a lot more like, okay, this is what you are. Cool, bye, go. And it's just
Or just
such
ban it
a
completely. One or two. It's
yeah,
one
and
that
it's
is.
just such a effing struggle. Like, what are we?
This is a
I
God-bearing nation.
I just don't like when you're not here and you look at America from afar. It's like what a massive waste of energy. It's so much shit we could be addressing, need to be addressing, but we worried about what bathroom people go to. You can't tell me there's nothing bigger than that to worry about.
No.
It's been 4 years. And you mean to tell me what bathroom somebody goes to is more important than how do we end up with the same two 80-year-old white dudes to run the planet?
Because we need them to make the decision who goes to what bathroom.
Ooh, bars. Um, like I just not being here, man. And we're gonna do our international trips ideally next year, but just not being here is when you look at it from a distance, it's like, really? I no, seriously, I'm type 2 diabetic. I plotted out. I thought I took enough insulin with me, and but I didn't anticipate all of the bread, pasta, so on and so forth, and then combined out not doing a lot of cardio. I ended up down to a day's worth of insulin, and lo and behold, our flight gets delayed, and I'm stuck in Madrid. Stuck in Madrid an extra day. I'm like, okay. So I'm keto diet at this point. Ain't nothing but eggs and, and fat. That's it. Protein and fats, no carbs, right? Madrid, Spain. I'm not sure if it's all over Europe, but Spain, you can just buy insulin. I was like, what? Because here I gotta jump through hoops, get a script, get it approved. Will insurance cover it? All this shit, right? I walked into the airport pharmacy, the airport pharmacy. I was like, listen, I'm on insulin. Here's my insulin pen. Do you guys carry this? Oh, yeah, hold on. We only got one left. I bet. How much is it? 45 bucks, 45 euros. All right, cool. Now, with diabetics, a 90-day supply is 5 pens, right? That's for 3 months. She said they had one left. I thought they had one pen left. No, I got an entire 90-day supply, 45 euros. That's it. So what's up? No script, no hassle. I walked in. I need insulin. Cool. 45 euros. Here's the cash. Here's the life-saving medication. End of story. It's $45 here for the same script. Here's the trick. I got to have insurance through a reputable company. And without insurance, one of those pens is anywhere between $100 to $170. One of them. But when your healthcare system is for profit, not to save lives, this is what you get. So American exceptionalism is a joke, and a lot of us have been suspecting it's a joke. When you're not here, you realize just how big of a joke it is. I will say, of course, obviously there's certain things I missed. Like, we do take fitness seriously. There are hardcore gyms everywhere. We take health and fitness, seriously. But we What'd you say?
I don't know about that. That's a bold statement.
We do because I mean, even if nothing else, I mean, I'll put it to you this way: it's you could argue we don't. America doesn't take health and fitness seriously. It's actually more vain. It's to look a certain way. It's
Big, be the biggest guy.
the gym and have a big ass. You could argue that, but
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about we're still one of the fastest countries in the world. But yeah, there's that too.
well, health and fitness is it's there for you. I'll put it this way: it's
Yeah,
available.
it's there. It's open. There's a difference between we're one of the help. Hell no, we not.
No, most people don't want to do it. I mean, no, not because a personal trainer, that's awesome for me. But it's available. Like there, I couldn't find a gym.
You
Couldn't
know
find a gym.
gyms? Wait, where? Italy?
Yeah, I was in 3 different cities. I could barely find a gym, and all the gyms like hardcore gyms. Where I was at, couldn't find one. They had gyms, and I'm like, all right, this is you fit essentially, maybe kind of sort of.
You feel wasn't horrible.
I'm sorry.
You feel wasn't terrible. Better than Black Fitness.
Yeah, but it ain't. It's better than Planet Fitness, but it's no exile. That's what I'm
It's
talking.
not a lot of gyms like that, but I got
But that's the thing. There are here. If you want to do that kind of training, there are, and we're talking. Shout out to Exile Fitness, Rosedale, Maryland, one of the best gyms on the entire East Coast, no lie. But American exceptionalism is a joke, and it felt good to not carry the weight of American racism and violence. At no point, I'm in crowded squares every day. At no point am I worried about someone pulling out an assault rifle and just mowing people down because they've been radicalized. Like, you can't get very much more white supremacist than fucking Rome. Like, the sea that pretty much took over the planet once upon a time. And they don't ride with that bullshit. It's weird. It's a reverence for the history of it, of course. But they don't walk around this big ass badge and honor like, ha ha ha, we were the Romans. We owned everything. Didn't get that. When we hear white supremacy and this, it's America looks so different when you're not here. When you actually have the ability to think, when you're not grinding and hustling and trying to make a dollar and trying to figure out how to pay your bills and get your kid, when you can step back and breathe for a minute and look from a distance, this shit ain't as shiny as it seems.
We know this. I think everyone knows this.
Do we?
Yeah, but it's just the what if, the fear of what if or what's next. We don't have this. Then what do we do?
A
Fear of
lot
the
of countries,
unknown.
but that's the thing. Other countries are doing it.
They
Other
still
countries,
have their problems though. Like I said, you say you don't feel the racism there,
I
but I'm
don't.
sure if you lived there, it would be different.
I couldn't
Because
live there because well, that's the other realization too. I couldn't live there because I couldn't find any of us anywhere. And it's
yes,
like I will say this, um, for anyone of our African brothers and sisters or our Caribbean, West Indian brothers and sisters who pop that bullshit about Black Americans don't have culture. Yeah, FOH, homie. That's bullshit. Especially when most of y'all saying that shit immersed yourself and got rich off of Black
black
American
culture.
culture.
Yeah, I mean, culture is black culture. I mean, black American culture. If we keep it a whole buck, but either way, yeah. Like I
Yeah,
said,
and that's the
racism is
thing.
everywhere.
I can't live anywhere where I don't have that, where I can't talk about who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay Z, and Nas. I can't. I,
They can get down. They're
you
the
know,
black people and white people.
like I know I got to be somewhere where there's some Black American culture, and there's plenty of expat communities. I'm actually looking into it, but there's actually plenty of Black expat communities to live in. But no, I can't. I couldn't. I don't think it would be an issue living there, other than the fact that I can't be away from my folk, so to speak. Um, but it just I got to thinking about it. So why does everyone want to come to America so bad? And it hit me. It's part of it is the false idea of American exceptionalism. But the two things in particular is options and wealth. Those are the two things America sells you on.
American dream. That's what they all say.
You have options and you can have wealth. And I'm like, damn, capitalism, freedom connected to wealth. The more wealth you have, the freer you are. And it's like, damn. So, you know how my mind works, how our minds work. I'm sitting there like, so when the aliens come and we have to explain all the shit we could have did before they annihilate the planet, what we'll have to say is, well, we did make a way for people to get rich. We did invent business.
And every horrible thing they came after. You goddamn right. So mass destruction, all types of shit, diseases for no reason. Like, oh yeah, we did a lot.
So it's like, so when you look at humanity, right? One species died off because they couldn't figure out how to use fire. We went from, Cro-Magnon, Neanderthal, and all these things to walking upright. We invented fire. We invented the circle, the wheel. We've got skyscrapers. We've touched the moon. We've done all these things. But at the end of the day, what we hang our hat on is we made elitism. We made business. We made it so you could further subjugate other human beings.
Division.
Give it up for humans.
Class,
give it up for humans.
Yeah, we get it, that man.
We've been sitting here with the ability to solve hunger, at least in this country. I don't know about globally,
we can do,
but at least in this country.
The amount of food we waste in this country alone could feed the whole planet.
That's the thing I don't know about. Like
they've said
that.
They've said that. They've said the amount of food we waste is in the billions each year, can feed the whole planet 10 times over. So no, we can't solve the shit. We just don't want to. Because of capitalism.
Because it's not what? Profitable.
And that's why money's ruled all you.
I'm literally, insulin is a life-saving drug. So we're going to profit off of it. Meanwhile, in Spain, they're like, nah, you might actually need this to live. So here you go.
Yeah, also have free healthcare, but people here say, "Oh no, we get free healthcare, taxes are gonna go up the ass. It's already going up the ass, so we might as well get something out of it."
Bro,
leave here with something.
Oh my god, it was exciting and heartbreaking all at once. I forgot to tell you about this, or maybe I did and forgot I did. So I'm in school, and the class I'm taking is ethics in medicine. I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be interesting." So we had a case study. We were talking about Octomom. Don't know if you remember Octomom, but she had like 8 babies. Long and short, she had like 7 embryos implanted all at one time. She already had kids that, she already had like 5 or 6 kids or something like that. But what got my attention was this. When we were talking about it, what kept coming up was, how could she have all these babies and she couldn't afford to take care of them? Now there's going to be a strain on the taxpayers. It's wasting taxpayer money. I tried. I really tried. I tried.
Well, okay. So before you go, I just want to know, for people that says that dumbass shit, we've been paying taxes out the ass for you as long as you've been alive. What has came from that? Literally. Look at your city. Look at the country. What are we paying for exactly? I really don't know. We're still in debt. Roads are still fucked up. Structure's still fucked up. We still don't have free healthcare. Everything is more expensive. Like, inflation's out there. What are we paying for? Education system's trash. So we're paying for RoboCops and military. That's what we're paying. We're not paying for nothing that benefit actual society. We're just paying for war. Wow. So I don't give a fuck. If we gonna pay this shit, at least make it valuable to the actual citizens. Y'all worry about taxes going up, motherfucker. This shit been going up. Ain't nothing changing, so we might as well. Like the. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I try. I said, look, if I'm gonna get an F in this course, I'm gonna earn this shit, boy. I just finally let loose. I was like, so interestingly enough, I said, if you want to make this about the ethics of it and how it is unethical to implant 6 embryos into someone, you're right. You're absolutely right. The doctor who did it lost their license. You are correct. But the second you cross over into this bullshit about taxpayer dollars, so basically what you're saying is because she doesn't make a certain amount of money, it's wrong. If she made X amount of dollars, you'd have no complaint. Is that where we're going? Yeah. I keep hearing this taxpayer dollar bullshit. Yeah. You getting on the politicians themselves about where this money, where this taxpayer dollars being wasted at? You getting on them?
I'm saying
private jets, private hoes. What else can we find taxpayer dollars these fucking politicians are wasting on? But it trickles down to, because I'm old enough to know this. This goes back to Ronnie Reagan and his bullshit invention, the welfare queen, back in the 80s, where you paint this picture of some black woman on welfare with 8 kids, just having kids to get extra money, when we all fucking figured out there's more white people on welfare than black. Let's start there. Okay.
There's more white people, so that makes sense. But you know,
but the bullshit. So I'm like, y'all kill me with this whole, they take advantage of the system. Who are you more mad at? The person getting the extra $200 a month in fucking food stamps? Or these politicians, like you just mentioned, taking money that's supposed to be going somewhere else? And I need a private jet. I need to take a private jet from, I don't know, New York to DC, and that's a quick drive. But so it kills me, this notion, like I said, circling back to where I started with this. So as of right now, if the alien showed up and said, listen, tell us what y'all been doing, or we gonna wipe this whole shit out.
Just wipe it out. I ain't gonna explain shit.
Well, we got rich. We figured out a way for 1% to run 99. We got elitism. So what's with all these homeless folks? What's with all these hungry folks? Well, they're not elite. And that's it. like okay.
I'm not even getting that for, bro. You didn't ask me that question, like, man, just get over it. Just not in the face.
Stupid, yo. And I'm just like, American elitism is a fucking joke of epic proportion, especially when you have a chance to not be here. Now, are there certain creature comforts about this place I appreciate? Of course. I appreciate 5G towers and working internet. Sure.
Making you sick.
Stop, yo. Giving us COVID. Stop, yo. Stop, yo.
That's the signal for the vaccine. And when they activate it, we all gonna turn to zombies and shit. Well, not me, because I ain't taking y'all.
Stop, yo. You know, it's just, I appreciate certain things about being here for sure, but I can easily see where that's the part that pisses you off. Like, being very all the way real with it, America's a very interesting place, and I understand and recognize the advantages I have by being here. But the thing that baffles me is, how can we be so intelligent and not see the answers to some lingering problems are right outside the border? Right outside the border. And then that's when you start figuring out, oh, okay, all this shit is for profit. That's why we haven't figured it out.
We figured it out. They just, like I said, they know they got all the answers to the test. They just not like I said, they're just not choosing not to, because it's easier and more profitable to see you fail than see you succeed. Because if everyone succeeds, it's not as profitable, which makes no fucking sense considering how capitalism works.
You wipe out the elitism of it all.
Pretty much, because like I said, if everyone is eating, capitalism will thrive even more. But if everyone is poor, only few survive, and the rest have to bow down. But then that also makes sense, because it's easier to control someone if they're down, because you're desperate
and
you're scared.
And what did Marx tell us? Paraphrasing, you ain't but so much gonna change as long as the poor dream the dreams of the rich. So really, you ain't got to control but so much, because instead of people thinking like you and I, F that, people need to be equal and have enough. The majority of people want to replace the people oppressing them.
Yeah, they want to beat the oppressors.
Hmm.
I mean, it's like the day we say, the black men want to be oppressors, blah blah blah. And all that. Yeah, it's kind of true.
Yeah.
Everyone wants the number one spot instead of having a spot where we all can be. But that is the beauty of capitalism, because there's a system that teaches us and thrives that is me, and then even if you have the mindset of we, it's like I'm gonna do me first. I gotta eat first, and then I'll come back. Now realizing that by the time you come back, they might not be there. So yeah, this is a selfish system and selfish country. And in order for socialism to work, we have to kill the mindset of capitalism, but that's going to be hard to do because that's ingrained in our minds, including us, since birth.
Oh, that's global. Like now you're talking taking on a global system.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's like, yeah,
that's gonna be hard to do
that. And I get why. I'm not saying California, to bring it back here, I'm not saying California has all the answers, but I am saying California is definitely attempting to move things in a different direction, in a more, as they love to say, liberal, woke direction. And they love tossing out the term woke as some kind of insult. But California just introduced something that says, hey, if you are found not guilty, you will be paid $104 a day for every day you spend in jail.
Should be more, but yes.
I mean, if that is not, maybe not. I mean, I would scale it to this. I'm trying to figure. I don't know where they came with that number from. I would say
that's what I would do, because then that would make sure. Because I've seen the comment that they do their fucking job.
No, I mean you don't. That $140 a day is enough. I would say, put it this way. What is minimum wage? $7 an hour still? National minimum wage?
No, I think it's like 8 something now. I'm pretty sure it's 8 something. It might be 9 something. I don't know.
Let me see. But where I'm going with that is this: you should be paid, hypothetically, a national whatever a day's work is at minimum wage. So I think that's not. Yeah.
You're in prison for something you didn't do. It's not like
we don't
you were sitting
know if
in
you
your
did it.
room.
We don't know if you did it or not. We don't know if you did it or not. When you are found in it, well, when you are found not guilty, then that kicks in.
Right.
We don't know if you did it or not. We gotta wait for the trial to conclude. So we don't know if you did it or not.
Okay, I'm confused. I thought the thing that you sent me was if you were wrongly in prison, meaning you were found guilty in prison, and then when they find out that you weren't, that you get paid $100 a day when you get out. I didn't think it was before the trial.
Let me double check.
I'm pretty sure it was if you were wrongly in prison and then you get found non-guilty, then they pay you for all the time you spend in it, and that's not enough.
If that's the case, then you are absolutely right.
That's how I read it, but maybe I'm wrong. I looked at it a day or two ago, but I thought that was what they meant because you've seen a lot of people I've seen a lot of stories of people getting out off of either false accusations and stuff and yada yada, and then them getting like $1 million. That's it.
Okay, you are correct. I am incorrect.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Together. Hold on.
$1,000 a day.
Because this stems from 2 men. You're right. 2 men being wrongly convicted. Yikes.
They did 26 years.
They did 17 years.
Okay.
After 2004 shooting, were declared innocent. So that's gonna come out to $900K, almost $1 million.
$900K. Something I didn't do, and I'm in prison. We all agree that prison ain't no joke. Little years. 11. I mean, we said $150 or $170. Put that to $1,000.
140 years, 140 a day, so it comes out to 900,000. I got questions. Now the question becomes, okay, is this in lieu of suing? Like, I'm not taking it. If this is, hey, take this 900 and go away, as opposed to trying to sue, no, I'm not taking it. I'm suing you. I'm
It should be
absolutely
both. That's why I said. This is why I said, because if it's how it is and what you said, then if I'm wrongfully in prison for however how long, the price of the brick gonna have to go up. My life is gone. I can't get that time back. And
You
you
are
don't know
correct.
what I went through when I was in there.
You are correct.
So it's $170. Get the fuck out of here. Minimum wage, I better be paid like Bill Gates every day. Something I didn't do. That's why this system is flawed, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's 900,000 for 17 years.
That's
I mean,
not
it depends on if it's enough. Like I said, to me, what this comes down to is this in lieu of suing? Like, if this is take this 900K, go away, nope, I'm suing you.
I
I'm
want
suing the
that
state.
too.
I'm suing the prosecutor. But if this is 900,000, it has nothing to do with the results of a lawsuit. Then we're having a different conversation.
Okay, all right, fine, that'll be different. But that sounds too good to be true. I think it's more of this is how you can't sue. So hey, okay. All right.
It's a lot. It's a lot of numbers in there. There's a lot of numbers in there because I have questions like, how did you calculate that?
Yeah, somebody take a charge.
How did you come up like 140 a day? I
Especially
mean,
for California.
but then on the
California?
flip, what were you doing before? How
It's
much were you making?
California.
140. Let me see, 140, 5 days a week. That's 500. That's 700 a week. Yeah, it should be more.
That's not enough. Especially in
That's
California?
Yeah, I mean, you can go by the national. I'm trying to go by, okay, what's the
You
national minimum
can't.
wage?
You gotta go because California is the only one that does it. So you gotta go by state. And if their minimum wage is still 7 something, then I know there's a lot of homeless people there, but goddamn, I see why.
Well, you understand, minimum wage is a federal guideline. It's a federal thing. You as a state can change it,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
minimum wage
I
is
don't
a federal thing.
I don't think California would. Well, actually, they might. I couldn't put it past. Well, you got to see what California's minimum wage if it's online with the federal, because it might not be.
Right. But
Even
yeah,
so,
140 a
no
day,
minimum
140 a
wage.
day ain't gonna get it because
No.
essentially, like I said, that's 500, that's 700 a week. Like, ain't no job you gonna live off 700 a week.
In
So
Cali.
they need to damn near not anywhere. Maybe in
Oh,
Iowa,
true.
but damn near not
But
anywhere.
yeah.
Yo, we gonna get an email from Iowa at some point. It'll be all my fault.
What happened now? What'd you say?
I said, you said not in Cali. I said, yeah, not in Cali, maybe in Iowa. But not
Oh
in Cali.
my! See, yo, we leave Iowa. Yo, Slipknot, come get him. You know, there's gonna be some masked men with some guitars at your door as we speak.
Yo, can I get a mask though? Can I get a mask? I rock out with Corey and them. Can I get a mask? That'd be
Get a
dope.
mask.
The first black member of Slipknot. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't
But
think that's happening.
I'm saying I can rock. We're gonna circle back, revisit the story we touched on a while back, and you and I were both right. If you guys recall, there was a first grader that brought a gun to school and shot their teacher. And we both said, there's something wrong here. And how in the hell did the first grader get the gun? So we do know there's something wrong here. The mom has spoken up. There's something wrong here. The gun was purchased legally. The big lingering elephant question in the room is no one's still saying how the first grader got the gun. That part is being left out. That part might be being left out because mom is now being charged with felony child neglect.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's bad. That's just all the way bad, and again, speaks to America's gun culture. It's just the statistics don't even back it up. We've said this time and time again. All this home defense, home invasion. Look, the Mexicans that Trump told you about are not coming over the border to rape you and murder your family. They're not. What you end up doing is fucking shooting your cousin. Shout out to the roots, and then you shoot your cousin. Because the math ain't math, and homie, it ain't adding up. We got all these guns, the only country with more guns than people, and we ain't stopping all this crime and all these burglars and all these robbers. You shit.
We're enticing them.
Oh. Speaking of not do shit.
Oh, no.
I do absolutely. I give credit where credit is due.
Oh boy.
Shout out to law enforcement and the off-duty officer that killed the Allen shooter. That is what law enforcement is there for. That's what you're supposed to do. Like not executing black people at traffic stops. No, that's not what you're supposed to do. If you're going to protect and serve, that is the highest level of protecting and serving. And shout out to y'all. Shout out. Like, because it could have got way, way worse if not for that off-duty officer. But you know what I mean? Like that's the job. And I got no issue with that being the job. I have an issue with you kicking in doors at wrong addresses. Breonna Taylor, and most recently another older black woman.
Where's our tax dollars going in? Why are we making mistakes? Our tax dollars is paying for that.
Stupid, yo.
Yeah, that's what I'm really mad about. That's why I want. Yeah, why all the police officers.
No, I'm like I said, I give law enforcement and police officers shit, but I gotta give credit where credit is due. We had a lot more fatalities.
You did your job. You don't get credit for doing your job. Sorry.
You do.
No, you don't.
Because the job. No. See, that's where we're different. The job in situations like that, your life is in jeopardy.
You signed up for it.
Like you're legit. Your life is in jeopardy.
You signed up for it. That's your job.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay. All right. So you raising a child that you had. You want pat in the back for that shit? That's what you're supposed to do.
No.
It's your job.
I'll give you that. But raising your kid is not a life-threatening situation.
Why not? Especially since one just blasted the teacher. It is life-threatening.
That ain't her kid. That ain't her kid.
Oh, these psychopathic ass kids, man, today, man. Nah, man. Nah,
I gotta give because it's like Secret Service. You sign up to protect the president. You in the back of your mind, you think, okay, what if somebody try to blast the president? But the real, the odds of that should happen is pretty slim. Right. When you become a cop, you sign up to go into situations like I think the one job that is life threatening, where that threat to your life is ever present, is military.
Okay.
And firefighters,
it depends. It depends on what branch of military. You might not.
You get deployed, and it depends on the temperature. Like the U.S. military.
Depends
on what?
And bro, you can be in the military and never see a battlefield, shoot a gun in your life.
Possibly, you correct.
What do you mean possibly? That's true.
Okay, but if you're in the military and you get deployed, there is an ever-present threat that you might get blown to fucking bits tomorrow. Like that doesn't go anywhere. You see what I'm saying? So you understand it's part of the job, but it's also ever present.
Okay.
Being a police officer, it's there, but the real is like ain't nobody bucking at you, dog. Especially in certain jurisdictions, or especially if you are a cop in Beverly Hills, ain't nobody blasting at you with a blicky.
No, they just want to curse at you, hurt your feelings.
Right, they want to speak to the manager. You know what I mean? They want to speak to the manager. But these are the situations scenarios you run through in your mind, and in that moment, it's fight or flight, and it's hard to not ignore your natural human instincts to run. So yeah, it's I gotta give credit where credit is due, because you run it through your mind like, oh, it might pop off. But to actually be in that situation and decide, I'm actually going to protect and serve. I'm actually going to save people. I'm actually going to not waste taxpayer dollars by breathing. I'm going to neutralize the threat. Oh yeah. Hats off. That's the job. That's the job.
That's the job.
That's what we take you for. I'm not giving you props for doing what we need you for. That's the job.
I'm not giving you props for doing your job. I'm sorry. That's your job. The fact that we have to give you props should tell you how horrible of a job you're doing. Like, no, that's an insult. Because if you were good at your job, we wouldn't go. Like, bro, we wouldn't care. This wouldn't be a big deal. But because y'all so fucking horrible at your job and mess up countless times, whether it's on purpose or accidental, which I hardly doubt was ever accidental. But yes, since you mess up so fucking much, and you're so selective with your messes up, with certain people. It's like I can't give you that is your job.
I will tell you why you need to get props in one word. Uvalde.
That's what I'm talking about. They did their job. Like that's their job. This is what you signed up for. This is what you trained for. You have a gun. Use it.
When those officers didn't do their job, we had dead kids. And it's one of those things where, so because of that, I gotta give props to when, like I said, and not to mention, this cat is off duty.
You didn't do your job. And you're never off duty because you know how many times we run into off duty cops and then they say that cop you get in charge of shit. So no, it doesn't matter. You did your job. Man. You did your job. I'm sorry.
This is
good. No, good for you. I'm not patting you on the fucking back. Good for you. You did your job. God damn.
The fact that this cat was off duty meant they went beyond and beyond and beyond, above and beyond their job. I'm not even on duty at all.
Okay.
So when you factor in, like when you factor in again, you gotta understand this is a fight or flight situation, and I'm off duty. If I'm with my family,
this is why that argument makes no sense because they will remind you even when they're off duty they're still a pig. So now I want to hear that I'm off duty. So now y'all be doing grimy shit when you off duty and catching people when you off duty. But now when it's a real time for you to do your damn job and grow some cojones, now you want to pat in the back? Look, out of here. Maybe it's my hatred for them is so strong, but no, it's not even that. Because it's not even that. No, it's not even that. For real. Bro, when a firefighter runs into a burning building, bro, they doing their job.
Yes.
We give them props.
That's the act of heroism.
They're doing their job.
That job requires it, firefighters especially. Their job is exclusively.
I mean, I give them more props than firefighters because outside of maybe sex trafficking, I mean, they don't really have blemishes on this. But pigs, it's just full of blemishes. Their whole existence is a blemish. So it's like I can't. There's something in my heart I can't.
Okay, I mean that's your choice. I would ask you to examine it a little bit.
Thank you for doing your job. I'll say that. Thank you for doing your job. Thank you.
No, I want to thank you for being a hero. I want to thank you for deciding that you're going to neutralize a threat and you prevented more loss of life. So I definitely give props where props is due. You could have been out there trying to harass black folk today, but you weren't.
You could have did both.
You could have been. You could have decided, I'm off duty. It's not my issue, and should just saved your own ass. You didn't. You saved other people's lives selflessly. That is the job. That is how you build respect.
Do you know how many civilians have done the same shit he's done? And we don't really give him props like that. As much as you try to give this pig props for doing his job. At least that's still his job. A regular civilian doing shit like that, there's no reward for that.
He wasn't even on duty.
I don't care. That is his job. I just named you multiple examples. They don't even care about that shit. They even when they're quote unquote off duty, they're still a pig. You still can't do shit to them because you still no. Still get charged. They can still harass you. All I have to say is
okay. Let's flip it. Let's flip it. Amber Geiger was off duty when she shot Bob and Jane. Let me show you the difference. If she were on duty, qualified immunity and everything else says she probably would have walked. The fact that she was not on duty negated the fact that she was a cop, and she got time.
She's getting out like soon. So
I didn't see that. I saw she asked for. I have not seen that.
I could have swore I sent you. It was some pig that's getting out soon.
I don't know if it was her. I saw that she asked for it.
I think I seen that she's getting out because I remember sending you something about some pig doing something, and then you was like, "Wow, look at this."
So, hey. Okay, I'll dig. But no, that's the thing about being off duty. Like you are off duty cop, you ain't on duty, so there's no qualified immunity to hide behind. Your actions are your own, both sides. So if you decide to be some Amber Geiger shit, you don't get to hide behind qualified immunity. You're not on duty. You're not a cop right now. You're a civilian with a gun. Difference. Now, conversely, we run this back 2 weeks to Allen, and you got some radicalized white supremacist Latin guy.
That is the
Anywho,
funniest. This world is just oxymoron. Because
didn't see that. Didn't have that on the bingo card. Didn't have that on the bingo card. But okay, you got radicalized white supremacist Latin dude decided to just pull out and start blasting, and I'm off duty. No one even know I was here. I can save my own ass. I got a family going, but I'm off duty. And instead of taking all of those factors into account and saving your own ass, you decide to save other people's lives. No, that's
you can clap them from a distance without even being seen.
You can run and make sure you ain't getting hit for nothing. Dude got an AR-15. Allegedly. Like what based on, that's the new buzzwords. I don't know exactly what. Dude got a semi-automatic weapon. You got what? Sure handgun? You got a handgun, dog.
If I get the drop on him, does it matter? Unless he's like Army 2 with it.
Hold on. And that's the thing. You've already arrived at that point, which means you've already skipped. Let me save my own ass. You've already decided to engage.
You in it. And this is also another funny thing that's not so funny. This happened in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Open carry state. Another man
absolutely.
shooting. Oh, where's these guys that y'all so fucking preciously love? Where are y'all at? Why did they take an undercover to do that shit? Everyone should have had the blicky, right? So it shouldn't be a problem.
Most people don't. That's the
thing. Look at that. Oh, so it's fucking useless then to have be in the open carry state. Because why does it seem like all the mass shootings happen in open carry states and no one does nothing?
I mean, I'll tell you like this. The numbers you can't argue. I get what you're trying to do there, but the numbers you can't argue with is there are certain crimes that are drastically lower in open carry states because, like mass shooting, maybe not, but armed robbery. Yeah, ain't a whole bunch of the armed robbery rate in Texas is a lot lower than New York. You know why? Because you run up on somebody that's armed their damn self.
I mean, yeah, the robbery, you're not trying to kill them. I'm talking about if you're actually trying to kill them, like the first or second round goes off, somebody like a whole group of people just start blasting something, and it should be over with. But I guess not. Open carry.
Well, then that's the other part you got to understand. Like these people aren't. They're going after what's called soft targets. Like you've been to that outlet mall when you were here. We went to the Under Armour outlet. Yeah.
That happened then.
Yeah, where the Under Armour outlet is. Yeah, you've been to that mall. So I'm like, and that's what I told you. I was bugging because I'm like, I was overseas, but yeah, that's the mall I go to get Under Armour for cheap. Yeah, but you know where to go for soft targets. The sad anniversary of the Buffalo shooting just came and went. Where'd it go? Fucking grocery store.
Black
yeah, I'm like you're going places where even if it's open carry, people probably ain't carrying in Walmart. People ain't carrying it the
I don't know about that. That was the wrong one.
People ain't carrying the outlet mall. If they are, it's probably in the car. Because look, the reality of the situation is, and we've said this in different ways, income equals insulation. You make a certain amount of money. The reality of the situation is in this.
I'm pretty sure. Well, they have a problem with getting robbed and shit. But other than that,
ain't no mass shootings in Beverly Hills.
I could have sworn there was one.
Ain't no mass shootings in the Hamptons, sir. Ain't no mass shootings on Diddy's yacht. There is a certain income level and a certain circle you move in that provides insulation.
Wait. So now you contradict yourself. You just said
what you mean?
There ain't no mass shootings in poor neighborhoods, but you just name all the rich neighborhoods and there's no mass shootings there. So what are you talking? You talking about just middle
I mean, actually, I kind of rolled it down. Ironically, yes. Now the exception would be Buffalo. I know that area. That is not exactly the richest area, but the bigger thing is what you're also looking for. So it's a confluence of two. You're looking for quote unquote soft targets, even if you are in an important neighborhood. You ain't on the block. You got a supermarket. Who carrying the supermarket, dog? So it's two levels here. Like who's carrying this?
If it's
Bro,
Walmart, if it's
even
Walmart,
if
I
you got the
I
blicky
guarantee.
on you, you're not walking in the supermarket with it on you. Because one,
In
depending on the
Walmart,
state, it might be illegal, so you can't because there's security there.
in Walmart. Now, if it's Target, like
It's
Super
clearly
Target,
written on the. You
we
funny.
walk
It's
in
clearly
Super
written
Target.
on the door. Do not. You know, it's illegal to carry a firearm in the premises. So there's that.
In Texas?
But
Really?
yeah, it's on the doors. It's on the doors of establishment. You cannot carry a firearm in there. Yeah, because as you well know, business trumps everything. So my personal business rules trump everything. So yeah, like it's on PetSmart. You illegal to carry a firearm. So you don't need to walk in
You
here
know,
with
people
a
to get snacks for little whatever.
yeah. Like why you need a blicky if you just getting doggy treats?
The big dog
So
might run up on me, man. That's why.
oh my gosh, but yeah, it's I'm circling back to where we started. Yeah, I give props where props is due. If law listen, we both know, and anyone with sense knows, law enforcement in and of itself is a flawed concept given its origins, right? However, and this is one of those places where you and I both said it. Law enforcement, police need to be drastically reduced. Those funds need to go somewhere better. But this is one of those times where a mental health professional would not help. You literally needed to meet force with force. This is the job. There's so much more shit law enforcement gets their hands in. That is not the job. But this is the job.
You
And I
did
will
your
give
job.
you credit. I
You
will
did your
give you credit because honestly, the other part of that piece of that post, like I said, you cannot underestimate the off-duty piece. Because if I'm off duty, bruh, I have the ability to duck and cover, and no one knew I was here. No one knows I'm a cop. No one would say shit.
But then you might not make it out.
When you hear them gunshots, most of us is gonna duck and cover. Most of us ain't trained to be like, yo, let me get the hammer out. Let me go neutralize the threat.
I mean, I think most people be trained if you hear gunshots to take it out. You might not go to it, but you won't have it out if it comes to you. Like I said, if you was in that situation, you had a bliggy, you might not run toward the person, but you won't pull it out just in case the person is near.
I'm going to duck and cover
and pull it out.
Right. And see if the
Okay,
threat
then.
comes to me.
It's
It's a
right.
different mindset to say, there's a threat. I need to neutralize
You're not a
it. Their
cop.
lives to be safe.
You're not a cop.
Agreed. And that's my point. This is where law enforcement is useful. This is where they are necessary.
It is their job. And because they fucked up so many times before being cowards, it's like, why am I giving you props for doing your job? It's in your job. If you don't want to deal with that, you don't have to. Because they don't pay shit anyway, so I don't even know why you would want to do that for risk of your life. To be honest.
Homeboy of mine sent me a reference after I got done laughing at him. I'm like, he's like, yo, you should be a cop. They said it starting pay, and what was it? I forgot what it was. It was one of these Texas. It might have been. It was Plano. Ironically, it was either Plano or Allen, but starting pay was about 70.
That's not shit now if you adjust for inflation. But okay, that's not enough to risk your life.
You do it for community, but yeah, I got
you. Yeah, and see how teachers are going. They're taking out their sins. Banging little boys. But all right.
I'm just saying. I want to circle back and make it say loud and clear. This is what law enforcement to me looks like.
It should be
not executing black people for traffic stops, not kicking in doors and shooting through walls and causing death of Deja Taylor, not putting your knee on somebody's neck. No, that's not law enforcement.
And a long list of stuff, being drug dealers.
Right, long list. But this is, if I always say, if you got time to complain about the bad, then you might want to speak about the good stuff too.
You can speak up, but I'm not giving you props. Thank you for doing your job. There you go.
This guy.
I said thank you for doing your job. Appreciate it.
This guy. And
now let's see what you do after.
And I still think you're missing the point, the very big key of off duty. You're not even doing your job. You're going above and beyond at that point.
No, you're not. You're a pig until you're not a pig, my guy. Because you say the same shit to you. I've seen it. So no.
I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. I still have a healthy mistrust of law enforcement. I think
Hopefully,
even
straight. You mean
statistically,
hateful.
I could. Um, no, because I think hatred prevents me from being able to see the shades of gray and prevents me from being able to do what I just did, which is give props where props is due.
No,
Do I still believe they need to be defunded? Absolutely.
thought you said disbanded. You want defunded?
Defunded for sure. Disbanded, like because so certain that the ability learning means you need to have the ability to download new information as it's presented. This is new information. So defunded, yes. Disbanded. Well, here comes the obvious question. You disband law enforcement. Who's there to stop that shooter?
Citizens, right?
Excuse me?
Citizens, right? Because remember, in the UVAL thing, they were the ones that was going to run in there, not the police. They stopped them from going in.
Agreed.
So, and we've seen countless times when citizens have disarmed active shooter, not cops. They got there too late or didn't do shit. So
If you
I'm not.
disband, it's just for the things that they are necessary for.
It rarely happens.
No, I mean there's things that they're absolutely necessary for, and I don't want. Listen, I don't want the soccer mom with 3 kids trying to take on an active shooter. I don't want the soccer mom with 3 kids trying to figure out who's moving bricks in the neighborhood. No, there is a purpose for good law enforcement, like handling the
So
shit
that with the system, the moving bricks part, that's because the capitalism need money. So, like I said, if you fix everything else, a lot of shit that we complain about that is quote unquote dangerous, all the violence is a direct quote up to money. Because if everyone was fucking rich, a lot of the violence and all that would go down. That is statistically proven. So, yes, there is a world, a quote unquote utopia where we don't need the fuckers at all. But we don't want to have that conversation. It's okay.
I don't. You know what? If we deep dive, you might have a point. I'm just saying as it stands right now. Definitely definitely defund.
With
But
this
it's just
system in place, yeah, I agree.
just a lot of things that they don't need. I don't feel they need to be doing. Like, let's be real. Some of this is revenue generating. You out here writing speeding tickets. Like, if you speeding through a school zone, yeah, right, that too.
Oh yeah.
But doing 90 and a 70 at 2 o'clock in the morning on an open highway,
It's dangerous.
who are you hurting?
Yourself.
Right. Like there's a lot, but then you go back to the legislative branch. There's a lot of shit that's laws that shouldn't be laws. Like jaywalking is still a law, like whatever. But
Trying to protect you from yourself. Same with seatbelts and all that.
yeah, about that. And yet you want me that alcohol is legal and so are Big Macs. But okay. But yeah, like I said, for me, I will give credit where credit is due, especially given the circumstances. Hats off and shout out. If you were
Thank you.
on duty, I might look at it differently. But the fact that you were off duty, and I'm thinking in real time, every opportunity is there to protect yourself. Every opportunity is there to duck and cover and just wait for the shit to stop. And no one would have known you were there. But you didn't. You decided to not only not do that, but go and neutralize the threat. That's a level of heroism that, yeah, you train for certain.
That's rare.
You train for certain things, but there are certain things you were trained for that you never want to have to use that training. And this is one of those times. So props, because we would have had a lot more casualties. Another thing, they said they found more, as always, more guns, more ammo on this guy.
Of course.
So if you had to wait for Allen PD to get there, it might have been a shootout. Now, what I do know about Allen, Texas is you call Allen PD, they are showing the fuck up. Like, that ain't one of them places you play around with. Like, no, you call Allen PD, they showing the fuck up. For sure. Quick. So that not to go too far off the bend, but if you have an argument with your people, don't call the cops, because they're gonna be there quick. But had they had to wait for them to show up, we might be having a whole different conversation, a lot more casualties. So yeah,
It goes. I mean, but I say thank you for doing your job, man. Tax dollars not being wasted. I love it.
Hilarious. And speaking of guns,
Oh no.
speaking of guns, and then we'll wrap this up. But we also NBA. But speaking of guns and the NBA,
John Wick.
it's just to me. I think, and maybe I'm overthinking it, and you can tell me you think I'm overthinking it. It's a multi-layered conversation. I'm not gonna just say Josh stupid. That is to me that is obvious, and that is an oversimplification. If you just look at the thing, then you're gonna see it a certain way. If you dare to say, well, why though?
You know what?
Now you have it. Now you okay. Well, what's your why?
It's the culture. You said it. It's culture. I mean, think about all the things that was happening in that video. That will tell you everything you need to know.
Ooh.
The
Do tell.
friend, the car, like I said, the music playing in the background, NBA YoungBoy. That's the starter kick of fucking Black Air Force Energy for no reason. Um, alcohol. That is definitely part of the starter kick of Black
Wait, was
Force.
it alcohol?
No, but we know he has a drinking problem, and I'm pretty sure he could. I mean, I'm not gonna say he was drunk at that time, but he could have been sipping on something. Because in all the other instances, he was probably, and he said himself he has an alcohol problem, or it looks like he does. So you might NBA young boy alcohol recording Instagram live. Another starter pack of food niggery. So yeah, I mean it's the culture, man. Everybody want to be a thug, man. See, Tupac, when he said thug, like he didn't really mean that, man. He meant something else. He was making fun of the actual thug. That wasn't real thuggery. People took it. Fucking Ja Rule, yeah. Speaking of Ja Rule, yeah, he took that crap and made it worse. Bootleg version.
Man.
But yeah, I'm just mad not at him being stupid. And I ain't gonna use like I said, we all been young and done stupid stuff. I know I have. But not that. Especially you worth 200 M's and all that seemed to slip away because Nike look like they about to drop you. And
It looked like
he
Nike
took
looks
his
like
shoes off the website.
for now. Nike learned from Tiger. Nike learned
It's
from
getting
actually,
worse.
I'm sorry. Nike learned from Kobe. So for now,
Kobe's
Nike.
actually charged for an actual
Yeah,
thing
but see, here's the thing. Nike got low quick. Everybody got low
because
quick.
a superstar getting charged with that is a big deal. Versus because, like I said, technically, Shy ain't break no law. Well, at least with this incident. The other ones, maybe, if like the assault charges and all that. But I don't know if anything's coming from there or not. But at least this video and that we're talking about, he broke no law. Unless that gun is illegal or not hit, blah, blah, blah. But since I don't hear anybody pressing charges or whatever about it, he didn't break a law. And I think
Okay.
Memphis is open carry state, which I'm pretty sure it is.
You
So
think? I mean, I don't even know where. Does anyone know where they were? I don't even know that's come out yet.
I'm pretty. I
Right.
assume it's
Exactly.
Memphis, but I really don't know the detail. Either way, I don't think he broke a law. It's just the
Mm-hmm.
image and probably breach of his contract, which is code of conduct.
Yeah.
And you got busted for doing all this crazy with guns before, and whatever acting posse trying to be a thug or whatever. You apologize. You went to rehab for 2 days and turned around, and then it seemed that did nothing. And you're relapsing doing the exact same stuff. Like, bruh, everyone that you're trying to emulate would love to be in your shoes. 200 M's to throw a ball in a hoop. And then extra probably hundreds of millions just to talk about a product or something. Or just put my name on a shoe. I'm not that's the greatest passive income I ever seen in life. And you just gonna throw that all away?
Yeah,
For what?
because um, what do we say the number one drug in the world is right now? Clout, celebrity,
He already has
and
that
then
without the
yeah, but
thug.
you want now. This is where the conversation is about, like you said, the culture and other things come into play.
You want street cred.
Um,
Okay.
ding, 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 ding,
Now
ding.
seeing that's the horrible thing about the culture, bro.
It is.
Actual street dudes, you probably won't even know they street dudes until after the fact. That's just how it is. like no. Like I said, real dudes moving silent. It was like, but like,
One of the hardest
come
bars
on.
ever still. But yeah. Um, yeah, it just goes back to very interesting conversations. One, we with this country's gun lust is problematic. Two, um, I'm trying to offer grace to a certain extent. Here's what I mean. I think we've lost sight of being 23 trumps everything. There is a certain level of invincibility that comes with being 23. It
Agreed.
is only multiplied when you are,
Man.
because here's the other thing. Um, we just talked about how a certain level of income provides you insulation. You know what else a certain level of income does? It removes the word no from people around your vocabulary. There's a certain level of money you have where no one's going to tell you no. He's got that very interesting combination of both the natural invincibility of being 23 and the income level where there's pretty much very few people who can tell you no, who even want to tell you no. Give you a classic example. And this is just one of the biggest, to me, shows of fucking hubris and disrespect. We might touch on this briefly. Jeff Bezos was in some country and bought a super yacht. Said super yacht could not fit under a bridge, and this is in some kind of ancient historic bridge in this country. Literally had the mayor tear down the fucking bridge to move his fucking yacht.
Power.
That is a income level where no one can tell you no.
You can't.
So
You buy your
instead
whole
of
town.
I am this is a historic artifact damn near. So no, fuck your yacht, buy something smaller.
No.
No, we'll just tear it down for you.
This is
So
why the dream of America and whatever works, because we want to be guys. That's how you retrieve, like I said, you might not, you still bleeding, you still get blasted, but in terms of how you feel and everyone treats you, if you reach that level of income bracket, like you said, no one will tell you no, the world is your oyster, literally.
no. Like so I'm like, Giles got that going for him. Then the other thing, and people my age and even slightly younger don't seem to understand. Like, and I don't get why this is so hard to understand. We were not born into a million person audience like your generation and younger was. See, we come from keep your dirt quiet, right? Because we weren't rewarded for it. But to be born into a world where you all you do is set up a profile and you could have a million person audience to everything you do. You compound that with the loneliness. Like you literally ain't gotta leave your house for much anymore if you don't want to. But you end up not having connection. Kids your age and younger are so much more lonely. So I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. We come from shit. If you ain't see it, it ain't happen. That's a good thing. Y'all era is if we ain't see it, you ain't do it, and that's a bad thing. Funny how that switches. Now is I'm the
That's
realest
my
nigga in the
era.
streets. I'm the realest nigga in the line. Da, da, da. No, you not. You ain't did shit. So now we gotta see the guns. Now we gotta see the money phone. Now we gotta see the cars because if we don't see it, you lying, and you
Because
gotta
everybody's
prove
a
you ain't
gambler.
lying.
Yeah. Word of
And
mouth
I'm like,
don't travel like it used to.
so it's like I understand, and we want money to wipe all of that away, and now we're pissed that it's not. And I'm like, look, that should tell you something. Like you said, that should tell you something about the strength of the culture, the pull of street cred, of attention, of clout. And again, so I don't just to me, it makes what LeBron is doing that much more wow.
I was about to say, but
But yeah, I now at the end of the day, because you accuse me of making excuses, no, I'm just looking at well, how the hell does somebody worth X amount of dollars do something this dumb twice? It's not me making excuses. It's me just saying, asking that very simple question.
Your brain's not fully developed.
It literally is not.
I wasn't even
Literally
doing
isn't.
that. That's
No,
facts.
that's legit. That's legit. It's literally
So
not.
technically, he ain't really.
You got a couple more years.
Yeah, he ain't fully there yet.
You got a couple more
And
years. It's literally not.
and then, like you
And
said,
then
yes, men, including his fucking father. Um,
and his boy tried to shoot him some bail. His boy tried to bail him out because they just partying, da da da. Ain't hold up, fam. Just
have
real
to
shit.
record that.
Ain't no way. I know what you just did. Ain't we just in here riding, talking shit? Ain't no way I'm thinking I'm gonna look back. You got a fucking blicky out. Like, what's wrong with you?
Bro, why you just don't record that? You do see, maybe this is my old school way. I don't want to go Instagram live or everything and record shit, man. Like, no.
You
You
built
clearly
different.
know y'all lit. You know who you listening to. You probably know he got it on him. So why would you even do that? Because then he tried to be slick and then put it's like, oh shit. Try to put it.
Right,
It's like,
exactly. He
nah, it's
tried to
too late,
save
man.
him.
Bro, the
I can't
internet's undefeated.
believe. Yeah, I can't believe these cats went back, freeze frame, super
In
duper slow
HD.
mo.
You got caught
Right.
4K.
Pixelated.
Caught
And
4K.
Ja has since released a statement, but it just rings
It
hollow.
doesn't matter because you release things before you're doing the same shit. Like at this point, I don't know what to do. Like you need to go wherever you need to go to a lot
I
longer
don't
than
either.
2-3 days. And then for all the the bootlickers and all that talking about, oh, he needs to go to prison. Oh, he needs to be suspended for the whole year and his NBA career needs to be for what? For what? He didn't break a law. Now y'all going over like, come on, dog.
Because like, please recognize it's one thing to be a bad look for the brand. It's another thing when we
Right.
talking legality, and ain't no warrant been issued.
None.
Like, because if you start issuing warrants for shit people do on Instagram Live, boy.
I mean, you can depending on what you do. But if you, like I said, if this is a legal gun, you know, open carry state, like I mean, what can you do?
Right. If you in Texas and you on Instagram Live with like anything but an AK-47.
They send that for Christmas cards. They don't care. That's normal. Like nah.
Oh, shout out to JJ Reddick, Duke product. Gave a great synopsis. Shout out to JJ.
That man be cooking Stephen there every day. That shit. I love it. I like I said, I've never thought I would say I love seeing a white man cook a black man, but goddamn, I love it. Oh my god. Just cooking him him and Mad Dog be getting. Oh my god, they be getting.
Stephen A. got him once. One time I was watching, he got him because they was talking about Zion, and JJ tried to pull the card. He was talking to Stephen A. somebody else on. I forgot the other dude. He's like, clearly neither one of y'all have ever played pro ball before.
That's true.
Yeah, but Stephen A. was like, I'm not disputing the fact that I ain't played pro ball. But basically, he said it real politely, like, you act like I don't talk to motherfuckers who know some shit. Like, I'm Stephen A. I'm the NBA insider. I'm not sitting here pulling shit out of my ass. I talk to the people
Sometimes
who know
he
what's what.
Sometimes he does. But
So it was like, yeah, he ain't played ball, but I'm talking to the motherfuckers that's the experts on the shit. So
I still don't know what we talking about. That's even worse. Go ahead.
Oh my
God. that's even worse.
But yeah, Ja, I'm curious to see how this all spins out. I just think it might be a slide. Worst case, it might be a few games. I don't think it's gonna be nothing crazy.
He should just be fine. I don't even think he's gonna get fine.
But you can't. You see, that's where the conundrum comes in. You can't because now you got to start talking. Honestly, it all comes down to what's in that contract. There's no legal action that can be taken, but you are in a business. You are a very well paid, but you are an employee.
You are.
And if you bring shame to the business, then they can decide that you won't be employed anymore.
That is true.
So
they're going to do that. That's okay. They probably give him 10 games.
Can't do that because you just gave him 8. 10 ain't gonna do shit.
8? He got 8.
He got 8, but what it was is they counted the time he had already missed, so it really ended up being like 2.
I was about to say he really has been for like 2, but the team kind of let him go away. So all right. So what you want? 20 games for flashing the
something.
That's
Wow, because it's all kind of moving parts because this is off season.
that's
How you
crazy.
gonna get? So it's a lot of
You
moving
can
parts
fire on
there,
your
but
day off, bro. Hey, look at this shit, man.
right.
Pretty good, man.
But
Alright.
but to finish up here, wow, I gotta admit, a couple things we need to start doing. Recognizing Jimmy Butler as that dude,
We need that.
recognizing that it wasn't just LeBron and Wade. Spoelstra can actually coach.
That too.
Wow, I gotta didn't see
Who
this
knew
coming.
this?
Oh no, I once I wasn't sure they're gonna beat Milwaukee, but I'm like, all right, cool,
I
that was
wasn't either.
fun.
Till
Y'all
we
about
got
to
here.
get y'all about to get smacked by Boston,
No,
and
you mean the Knicks? They played the Knicks next. Then you had the Knicks. Yeah, you had the Knicks beating them. So I don't want to hear that from you. Don't try to breeze past that. You heard it here first. Knicks in the Eastern
nah, but
Conference Finals.
nah, but I didn't anticipate Julius Randle just being a fucking
I told you.
putting out an Amber Alert for Julius Randle, like the
Told
fuck,
you
bro.
that. He did this. That's just who he is, man. Him and Harden, they are roommates to this regular season
You,
looking good and
I,
postseason. What the hell happened?
I don't want to talk about James Harden ever again in life, yo. Like, fam,
Going back to Houston. You soft ass. Okay.
like so you just don't want to win. You don't care. You just
Oh,
don't want to win.
yeah, yeah,
You don't
yeah,
want to
okay.
win. Okay, cool. So
Okay.
we got people out here like Russ, like CP3, legit balling to get a ring. You just balling because it's fun. You really don't care about winning at all.
Hey, I get the money. I get to throw money in the club. I'm straight.
Clearly. Now that was an unseen thing going. I didn't shout out to Jason Tatum, Duke product, 51 in the game 7. Holla.
Despicable.
Excuse me?
Despicable.
I just could just smoking on that Philly pack, yo. He was
Oh,
just
we smoke that
he,
Boston pack. Boston. F Boston.
woo-wee. I
All
mean,
right.
that's the problem. I hate all things Boston,
Exactly.
but he's a Duke player.
I'm not.
You
I'm
know,
sorry. I'm not.
this is just as bad as when KG played for Boston. Like, oh,
That's even worse. He would have been a Laker. Should have been.
but yeah, Tatum, Duke, let's go. Um, no one saw. I didn't see Milwaukee going home. It's some questions. It's some questions. 2 questions right now.
He was a
What
coach.
do you what do you do? I'm not 100% sure as a coach.
I said,
I'm
who
not
they
sure
gonna hire?
Doc should have got fired.
No, he should have got fired. I mean, did the 2 superstars play like ass? Did the MVP not play like MVP? Yes. So they should get a majority of blame. But Doc, you have a history of choking leagues. Like after a while, and it's in different places too. It's not like it's just here. After a while, if it stinks everywhere you go, you have to turn around, take a whiff, and notice it's me. Because ain't no way I'm the only coach blowing all these leads, man. There's no way. Either players just hate me and they talk like they love me. Actually, they do hate him because every time they talk about him, they say he is a horrible coach, which is kind of true. He living legacy off that '08 championship. And if we keep it in a buck, that whole team underperformed. You got one title, all 3 of them, one, and they
Well, this
talk like they was
wasn't
the fucking Lakers, like they
this
3-peat.
wasn't young. This wasn't young KG, young Paul
I
Pierce.
don't
Like,
care. You should have won more than just one ring. I mean, you shouldn't because I'm a Lakers fan, but honestly, you should. But you didn't.
I just no. I don't think
And
Doc.
the other squad, you
I
had
don't think
guys for.
Monty. I don't think Monty Williams should have been fired. Like, y'all just firing coaches
No, Monty
for
Williams
what?
shouldn't have been fired. He shouldn't have. That's just because KD played like booty cheeks.
Oh, it's called Chris Paul was hurt again.
But that's normal. I mean, and
Really?
and and then
Really?
actually no, that's on the general manager because I get it. You went all in for KD, but you lack depth. So one of you, I told you this, and you didn't believe. You said no, KD and Booker's enough. I said one of them is going to get hurt, and then when they do, they have nothing to replace that. And
Bruh,
what
he's literally
happened,
had nights where both of them dropped like 30.
bruh? If you're going to rely on them for 16 weeks, 16 to play 48 minutes almost a night, and both drop 40, you're not going to win a title.
Clearly not.
I said that.
You right. I was wrong. You right.
Even
You
with
right.
Shaq
I
and
was wrong.
Kobe doing that, they still had a great depth. You still
Oh, yeah,
need
yeah.
great role players. You can't just have two big guns and then
You
think
still
that's
had
enough.
your Rick Foxes, your Devin Georges,
Derek
Fishers,
Fisher, Robert Horry, like you had a squad.
Lamar Odom at some points. Yeah, okay. All right. But
Yeah,
I
Jalen Ramsey need to be fired.
I just didn't see that. I just don't think Monty Williams should have been fired. I'm not sure because the question becomes, okay, you fire Monty, you fire Doc. Who you gonna get though? Because now
Somebody
you fire Budenholzer, but who you gonna get though?
Okay, he needed to be fired. He should have been fired. He lucky he won that title that year. Giannis carried his ass because if he didn't, he would have been fired that year. But rest in peace to his brother. Condolences, my brother. Hopefully you get an assistant job somewhere because you ain't no head coach. But yeah,
I mean, we do see the importance of coaching because right now,
Celtics coach is
Jimmy
getting killed.
Jimmy Buckets is Celtics coach is getting.
Freaking
I
killed.
wonder if he made Doka somewhere laughing his ass
Oh,
off.
he's laughing. He's like, oh, I got
Yeah,
five for all right, look at you now. See, we made it to the finals with this exact same squad. Actually, this squad this year might be better on paper. And they about to get swept.
They ain't gonna get swept. They ain't gonna get swept.
They lose tonight, they get swept. You heard it here first. They lose tonight, they
I
get
mean,
swept.
I bet Williams gonna keep his mouth shut going forward, boy. Like
I
Jimmy
respect
is.
it. Like it's like walking up to a lion that's chained up, just smacking it on the butt. Like, yeah, I respect that you have the cojones to do it. Now, when
Yo,
you suffer the consequences, I can't feel bad for you.
speaking of feel bad for, you know who you should feel bad for right now? Philly. When
Why?
you look at the stretch of time, now you gotta start asking, did the process work?
No, I didn't. It's a failure.
Nerlens Noel, not there. Jahlil Okafor, Duke product, not there. Markel Fultz, not there. Ben Simmons, not there. So at this point, Doc Rivers, not there.
Embiid might not be there.
No, Embiid's there. You did get it. You did get a generational talent and an MVP.
That can't stay healthy
out
and
of,
can't get
out
out
of
the
this
second
process.
round. He can't get out the second round. He's the only MVP in the NBA history that hasn't been to a conference finals. So, yeah. And you keep losing to the same team. That makes it even worse. And in the closeout games, your numbers are horrible compared to your regular season. So that's on you, big fella. And I'm an NBA fan, but you're making me look bad, man. I'm about to be Team Jokic all the way.
Man, F dude. F Jokic, F Denver, F the entire state of Colorado.
That felt
F
racially. That sounded racially motivated.
It sounded F all them dudes. F them. F all of them. Too many light skinned dudes on one team. F them teams.
Too many light skinned. Well, you like Jason Taylor? He the king of light skin.
Actually, the king of light skinned dudes would be Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. But yes, that's the final level.
Yeah, but we got Draymond and Wiggins to even it out. It's different flavors.
Stupid, yo, but no, F Denver, yo. I'm just being a Laker fan right now. F all of them dudes.
I mean, yeah, for now, yeah, because I'm a Laker fan.
F Jamal, Joel Ortiz, Murray, like yeah.
Yes, but they're gonna move by. It's over. It's over, Brian. We're down 3. We're getting swept.
But if there is anyone, like once upon a time, Golden State was up 3-1 on Cleveland.
2016 LeBron.
If there was anyone,
we have no Kyrie.
Who can do the impossible.
It's not him. That would be the greatest script of all time. And then I'll admit this right here, so it's on tape. If LeBron comes back from 3-0, he's the GOAT. I won't say nothing.
Okay, all right.
I won't say nothing. He comes back. I don't even care if he wins the title. If he just makes it to the finals, he's the GOAT. I won't say nothing.
If there's anyone I can do it. If there is anyone.
Have you seen him playing?
And the reason why no one respects Jokic, as in my Pat Bev voice, he's a cone. Like, listen, AD is far from AD ain't, put it this way, AD ain't Embiid, AD ain't Boogie Cousins. And I'm seeing AD put shoulder in this dude's chest. Like,
I see it happen to him too.
It's supposed to
in the post. by
Jokic
Jokic.
is like 7 foot 280, and he getting sent.
No, he was scored.
Out. Get out of here.
And he was
Like
scoring.
how you getting sent, yo? You 7'1", dude 6'10", you getting sent.
He's 6'11" with a 7'5" wingspan, of course, and he can jump. Like, what are we like? Are we gonna act like AD ain't one of probably the best defender in the NBA when he's healthy?
We gonna talk about the fact that Jokic is a brick and he's a 7 foot cone. Like you a
7 foot
cone,
cone, I'll give you a
Pat
30-point
Bev,
triple double. A 30-point triple double is a cone. I'll
and
take
you
that
still
cone. That's a special cone.
you 30, you get a 30-point triple double, but you give up 28. You a cone. Pat Bev voice, you a cone, yo. You getting
Give up
sent by
28.
somebody's you getting sent by somebody 3 inches shorter than you.
Okay, so was you saying this when he was abusing Rudy Gobert in the first round?
I mean,
That's a 3-time defense player of the year abusing him 1-on-1, no help.
okay.
7'2" with a 9-foot wingspan, getting abused.
Okay.
And like I said, AD is a better defender. I'm sorry when he's healthy, but he's never healthy, so he he ain't got nothing to show for it. But as is proven, when
I mean,
AD's healthy, he's the best defender of the
I
league.
don't know who you put this on because honestly, AD's numbers have been solid.
LeBron and D'Lo. Yes,
I don't think there's. I just think it's a collective blame. Like game one,
it is.
Jokic had because
Ham,
I mean,
D'Lo, LeBron.
honestly we see the importance of coaching because they are getting killed in transition. Miss a
They ain't
shot,
running back.
never gets the ball, and they're just off to the races, and they're getting, and it's just little stuff like fundamentals, stop ball.
But that's
Stop
is
ball.
that like I said, that's why some things I hate that we do blame the coaches, but it's the easy scapegoat because you can't really blame the superstars. You can't fire superstars making $50 million a year.
But
So
as
you
a
can blame a
coach,
coach and replace them. You don't think Darvin Ham's telling them to run back? I heard him on the freaking wire thing saying, "Yo, we need to get back. Stop lying, yeah. If they don't do it, whose fault is that?"
I mean, and another thing is you don't have any time to make like the day off is got to be a day of rest. You don't have like the practice time because all practice would be running back in transition, running back in transition. Like, but it's every game's every other day. You don't have the time for that. That day off got to be rest.
Bro, this is what you train for. If everyone agrees LeBron is probably the most fit person in the NBA, even at this age. You spend all that money on your body. Run. Everyone else is young for the most part. Run. Get your ass, get back. There should be no reason Jokic is outrunning Anthony Davis. And I've seen that on multiple occasions that he was outrunning him. How is that possible? His big cone self was outrunning AD. So what you got to say about that? Nothing.
I just don't like Denver. Don't like Jokic. Don't like none
That's
of them
racial
dudes.
motivated. That's
This is
all.
not. It's just,
Yeah,
I don't like none of them dudes.
yeah, it is.
I don't like none of them dudes.
You just can't accept the fact.
We had the larger conversation. Like, all right, I'm not taking them away from Brody, but you a cone and you exist. It's not your fault, but you exist in the era of guards.
He's not a cone.
He's a cone.
He's not a
He's
cone.
absolutely because Embiid would eat his
Carl
ass.
Anthony Towns is cone. Like that's cone. Like, but Jokic gives effort and will deflect passes. He's not going to block shots. He can't jump, but he will deflect passes. He will contest.
If he
will try.
if he existed in the late '80s, early '90s era of centers, what is the conversation?
Who, Jokic?
Shaq is putting him on a poster. David Robinson is putting him on a poster.
And Jokic is going to get everything that happens to him, he's going to do right back to him.
Pat Ewing is putting him on a poster.
They have to guard him too. Did we not know this? They've never seen anyone like the only closest person you've probably seen to him is Sabonis. And he's better than Sabonis. The father, not the son, the father.
Oh, okay. Good call. Went digging in the crates there. Good job, sir. Okay.
Sabonis was cooking, and he wasn't even in his prime. If Sabonis came to America in his prime, we would probably be talking about him like we talk about Jokic, because he's supposed to be the greatest international player ever. So, yeah.
Actually, Drazen, but yeah.
Oh, he's up there.
Yeah. But yeah. Drazen, because Drazen Petrovic gave Jordan buckets. Like, he gave Jordan buckets and talk shit to him. But if Jokic exists in the era of centers, and you got to bang with Shaq, you got to bang with Ewing, you got to bang, not even bang with, but you got to try to stop Olajuwon.
It's
Yeah,
going to be harder. I mean, that's the golden era of big man. So, like I said, this is a week, even though the center has a resurged, but it's really only two elite big like centers.
right.
I mean, if you talk about big mans, you probably say four, like Giannis, AD, Jokic,
Yeah.
and Embiid, but that's
That's
it.
something like I really wish Boogie was healthy because he just eat his ass. Like it'd be terrible.
Okay, we gotta stop with
It'd
that.
be it'd be terrible.
We
Just
gotta come up with another term, man. Stop saying that.
but oh my.
Stop saying that.
Anywho, like yeah, if Boogie was healthy, if we had a healthy Boogie, we see this cat get owned.
No, we wouldn't. Like
See, the
everything you
problem is
dish to Jokic, he does it
the
right
problem is the
back.
only center with some dog in him really is Embiid, and that depends on
I wouldn't go
if
that
he don't
way.
get frustrated and decide to go try trade jumper for jumper.
But that's not
Right?
dogging him. He's not trying to punish people. He's trying to shoot jump shots and prove that I have guard skills at 7 foot. Freaking imbecile.
Yeah, but if like yeah, you keep when Shaq catch it in the post.
Okay, but no one is stopping that though. You act like people in the 90s, no one was stopping that. Shaq in 2000, bro, the only way to stop it was to smack the dude, man. Even that might not work. Like, no, like you naming centers that are all time. Like, no, they weren't really stopping each other. It was just who had a better night that night. And Jokic will be in that conversation. Like, stop disrespecting because
I'm
I
about to say
understand
you
the white man
understand
can
that
hoop. I know white man can't jump, just
you
popped
do
up
under
again, but he can hoop. He's an
you do
all-time
under
great.
you do understand when you playing against somebody that's playing physical and banging into you every play that
Jokic
takes a
plays
toll.
physical. I know he don't look physical, but that boy be banging.
What
Oh,
a 5-inch vert. But okay.
if I'm 7 foot with a long wingspan, do I need to jump that damn high? You see he still dunks.
Mm-hmm. Like going up against Yao. Like, okay. But
Yes.
all right.
Yes.
So real quick, let's close it out here. So what you got for the finals?
Like, what do you mean? Who's going?
Yeah, what's your finals predictions here?
It's gonna be Denver versus Miami, and I got Denver in 6.
I'll disconnect you right now for that.
Since the guy
I got
talking, fellas are good at Godfather. All right, go ahead.
I I don't. Yeah, it looks like Miami's gonna come out the East. I don't know who's coming out the West. I refuse.
I don't know what's coming out the West. Nah, bro. You want
Nope.
to talk about?
Nope.
I'm disconnected. I'm a Lakers fan. I know it's old. It's old. We might get
If
the
there's
next one. It's over in 5 at most.
like I said, they said it was 3-1 Golden State Cleveland.
That was
That's all I'm saying.
2016 LeBron, a lot younger when he can still carry, and you had Kyrie playing out his mind, and a veteran squad that had experience. So if you tell me he's going to take whatever blood thinner type fucking steroid that make him go back to 2016 LeBron, I would agree. But since 2016 LeBron is gone, no, it's over. He's going to keep shooting them stupid lay fuck you threes and missing, and then it's over with. So no, I'm good.
Okay.
And then we're going to keep playing D-Lo. Stupid. Bench him.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well,
It's all right.
that's
Kyrie,
what we got,
let's go.
boys and girls. Thank you for bearing with us. We're back in effect every week. Back from vacation. It is a pleasure to do this with my partner here, my son. This is awesome. Any parting words for the folks, sir?
Yeah, stay safe out here. Yeah, that's it. Like, yeah, just stay safe out here. Ain't really much else to do.
All right. On behalf of myself and the Yeah I Said It podcast, peace.
Yeah.